When the news came, it hit the headlines. One of the biggest single investments of the decade in Scotland. Over 5 years, the creation of over 700 new manufacturing jobs in high technology, a modern first phase 85,000 square foot plant to be built, and a real future with the world leader in office automation, because Wang was coming to Scotland. After an exhaustive search for the ideal site to establish its second European manufacturing facility, Wang chose Stirling. The facility would be built on the Stirling University campus. In the months following the groundbreaking in May 1983, work began in earnest and the plant took shape. It was a milestone for Stirling and for Wang. Wang's innovations in the company's 33-year history chart the milestones of new technologies and the development of office automation. Started almost single-handedly by Dr. An Wang, the company has become a major force in the computer industry. Wang produced the first programmable calculator in the early 1960s. The development of self-adjusting typesetting led the company into word processing, where it won worldwide acclaim and became the leading supplier, a trading position enjoyed to this day. The company combined word and data processing with its VS system. Products like WangNet create a communication network with the various Wang systems and allow customers complete information links within and between their offices throughout the world. With its worldwide reputation for initiative, Wang is watched closely for the ideas that will become the standard for tomorrow's integrated information processing. At Stirling, the facility was established to produce the Wang Professional Computer, a vital piece in the office automation jigsaw. Europe's half-billion population represents the world's largest sophisticated market, and local manufacturing and close customer contact are essential to service this huge market. That's the reason why Wang came to Scotland. The first products were shipped in September 1983, when professional computers were delivered to British Airways and the British Prime Minister, who was personally presented with her computer by Dr. An Wang during his visit to Britain. The plant was finally completed the following spring, a 10-month construction programme as impressive as Wang's corporate growth, which in 1983, for example, saw Wang expand at a rate equivalent to the entire size of the company as it stood in 1980. And the benefits of such growth find their way to European industry. Wang has established 13 buying centres across Europe and spends $100 million annually on local sources of supply. In the 6 months following the start of full production, professional computers worth £20 million were shipped from Stirling. 70% of these were exported to other European countries. And the operation is on target to distribute £125 million worth of computers by the end of its first year. The success of Wang's decision to locate within its European market is already evident. But it's not just a company success. The resourcefulness and enthusiasm of Wang's employees point to a bold future for this Scottish operation. For the community, for the customers, for the people, Wang is truly a sterling success. The pipe band have started to play as His Royal Highness's car is seen driving slowly towards the main entrance to the facility. The Stirling Pipe Band are playing A Scottish Soldier.
This is a view of the facility from the air with the Wallace Monument in the background. Inside the reception area, everyone is very nervous and preparing for the Prince of Wales' arrival. The car is moving up the drive towards the main entrance, police car in front. All the preparations that have gone into this visit, and now the actual moment of His Royal Highness's arrival is here. The Prince is with us. Stepping out of the car, he is introduced to John Dolan by the Vice Lord Lieutenant Captain Forbes. He admires the view from the facility, the beautiful day, and the pipe band. John now introduces his team. First, Andrew George Kelso, the controller. Ronnie Gilfillan, personnel. Roger MacDonald, who manages our Information Services Group. George Fyvie, who coordinated the construction and fit-up of the new building. Kirk Mull, who manages the distribution of product, including customer services. Alan Fraser, the materials manager. John Slider of manufacturing, who actually produces the professional computers shipped from the plant. And Charlie Duncan of engineering, who is wearing his kilt for the occasion, and the Prince shows his approval. His Royal Highness and John Dolan now move into the presentation room. Here, John introduces the Secretary of State, George Younger, John Cunningham, the President of Wang Corporation, and his wife, Ellen Cunningham, Sir Monty Finiston, Chancellor of Stirling University, Ian Dyery, Vice President of European Operations, Robin Duthie, Chairman of the Scottish Development Agency, Stan Knight, who arranged the visit of His Royal Highness to Stirling, Bill Dudgeon, who was responsible for the selection of the site here in Scotland. Ronnie Gilfillan explains the office layout to His Royal Highness and John Cunningham, and they start to walk through the various functional groups that are located here. Everyone in the office area is getting ready to meet His Royal Highness. The Prince of Wales and John Cunningham together. Ken Matthew looking after the press. His Royal Highness talking to Rosemary McLaughlin and then Linda McIntosh in personnel. Roy Irish in finance, operating a professional computer and meeting the Prince. Isabel McCallum in facilities. Prince Charles shakes hands with Stan Mitchell and Bob Edmund in facilities. smiles from His Royal Highness. At the Sourcing Centre, Alan Fraser explains the material components and sub-assemblies used in manufacturing a computer, where they come from, and the plans to locally source as much of it as possible. John Cunningham explains a point to Prince Charles. Alan conducts the group into the receiving, incoming inspection and warehousing areas. At incoming inspection, David Law talks to His Royal Highness about the bare board testing operation he is performing. The Prince meets Betty Mackenzie, who also works in incoming inspection. The group move on through the warehouse and into the material kitting area. The Prince puts on some safety glasses as he enters the main manufacturing area. At the automatic sequencing operation, he is introduced to Groinne Mahan, who transferred from the Limerick plant to help start up operations. Moving into the first stages of printed circuit board assembly component insertion, His Royal Highness meets Mari Young, who is operating one of the semi-automatic insertion machines. With John Slider, he then talks to Mary Ferns, who is inserting components into one of the boards. This is a view of the manufacturing area of the plant where the Prince will continue his tour. Don Roberts discusses the operation of the automatic insertion equipment. Grant Dunbar, who operates the integrated circuit insertion machine, meets His Royal Highness. With John Slider, the party move toward the wave solder area, tour the board test area, and see the unit build area. Once the boards have been tested, the full central processing units are assembled, and to assist in handling the units, some automatic handling equipment is used.